Pastor Steve here. Nehemiah chapter 1, the words of Nehemiah, son of Hachaliah. It came to pass in the month of Chislev, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan, the citadel, that Hanani, one of my brethren, came with men from Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews who had escaped, who survived the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem. And they said to me, the survivors who are left from the captivity in the province are in their great distress and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down, and its gates are burned with fire. So it was when I heard these words that I sat down and wept and mourned for many days. I was fasting and praying before the God of heaven. I like that the first thing Nehemiah did when the news of the state of the city and the people came to him was to go the only place where he could get sure help. It was a first response, not a last resort. You know what I mean? Well, I've tried to figure this problem out, but I guess all we can do now is pray. That was not Nehemiah's response. That was the most important thing for him. Remember Jehoshaphat over in 2 Chronicles? In chapter 20, he had been challenged by a great host of the enemy. And this first response, aside from a bit of normal angst, his first response was this: Our God, will you not judge them? For we have no power against this great multitude that is coming against us. Nor do we know what to do, but our eyes are on you. Isn't that good? His prayer would be looked upon a little bit side-eyed in some of today's Christian circles. We try other avenues. We try political power. We try the strength of numbers. Really, though, we should, and I believe we should participate in the process of our government. But our enemy is much more vast than we realize. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against the forces of evil in the heavenly places. We need to pay attention to the words of the Apostle Paul in 2 Corinthians 10. Though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in God for the pulling down of strongholds, casting down arguments and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ, and being ready to punish all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Nehemiah did that. Jehoshaphat did that. We must do that as well. Make prayer your first response, not your last resort. You ponder that, Pastor Steve.